good enough. That performance there was not good enough. And if you think we was lucky, I'll tell you now, we was lucky to come away from Ellen Road with a point. We was very lucky. Leno actually saved us. He made some quality saves in the game or throughout the game. There's not many players I can say that can leave the pitch with their head held up high. Let's start with Tierney, let's say. Saka, when he came on, he made a big difference for us. Ceballos, I guess he probably was just above average, but we rode our luck. They hit the crossbar, what, twice? They hit the post or they hit the woodwork 3 times. And you think about how we set up. We set up with Willian, Aubameyang, Pepe, Xhaka, Ceballos, you know. And we still started with Holding, and this is what I was saying. I was questioning Holding and Bellerin on the right. I think Bellerin kind of got into the game a lot more. But there was times where Bamford found space. They always found space. And even towards the end, after the incident, which I'll talk about in a minute, we were still under a lot of pressure. But look, to be honest, to come away from Ellen Road with a point, 10 men down, I'll take it. I'll take it. I have to take it. There's nothing more, because it could have easily have been a different story. Rodrigo hit the crossbar. Had a few shots as well. But just to talk about that incident, yeah, let me sit down for this, because quickly, this is not going to be long. This is not going to be long, because when you're dealing with certain players and you give them chances, you know, we've all discussed and we've all spoken about Pepe. Having Pepe in the team, and we should start Pepe, and this is the reason why I said I weren't too sure whether I'd start him, because he kind of takes a while to get into the game. This time, alright, cool. He kind of started the game a lot better than he usually does, but when called upon, when we needed him the most, he let us down. That challenge there, even though it was a theatrical dive, or not even a dive, theatrical fall, you know, covering your head. I get it. You want to get your other player into trouble, but for me, just as a man, for me as a footballer, as a player, if someone done that to me, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to go down. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to go down. I don't care. It just gets on my nerves when I see things like that. Fair enough. Deal with it. Definitely a red card. Deal with the matter. Pepe let us down there, and then from then on, it wasn't a smooth sailing. I think Willock didn't really have a good game. I think he was sluggish on the ball. He was sluggish throughout the game. The ball was always getting caught up underneath him. Xhaka at times as well. Same old Xhaka, but what can we expect? He wasn't really tracking his players, wasn't tracking his men back enough. Bellerin actually had a decent game. I have to say Bellerin actually had a decent game. Gabriel also had a decent game. Holding at times, but Holding still is doing that thing where he's not really pressuring. He's not really pressuring the player. He's just kind of just jockeying. He's just jockeying. And I get that you don't want to dive in, but we need to make some challenges here. Aubameyang was... Look, Oba, I love you, man, but... It's difficult for him because he's not getting the service, and a lot of people were screaming for him to play up the middle. I just kind of said it doesn't really matter. Maybe that was a game where he should have started out wide. It would have posed more of a threat, because I just think for the Leeds defenders that was just easy for them. It was food and drink for them. The service was poor. Every time the ball come up, it would hardly get to him. It wouldn't even get to his chest or anything like that. And even if it didn't. Even if it did, he didn't have enough options to lay off or to spin off. The change came when Saka came on. That's all I'm going to say. Saka, what a prospect he is. And, you know, obviously just coming out of that top 10 golden boy list, you can see as to why. Because his decisions that he makes on the ball, and I know we keep repeating it as Arsenal fans and, you know, admirers of him, but for him to be making these decisions, they're simple decisions to make, but he always just seems to make it. It's just like, he understands the game and he always executes the right pass. He holds up the ball. He protects the ball, unlike some of the players. So I was really happy with him. But that chance he had that chance. Could have dinked it over the keeper. I understand you wanted to take it wide, but kind of made it a bit more easier. If the keeper didn't get it, then the defenders would have probably cleared it. Reece Nelson came on. At times he had a few spurts where he was kind of, you know, running with the ball at pace, posing more of a threat for Leeds, but again they've kind of stifled his play anyways. And then his crossing wasn't on point today. Reece, your crossing wasn't on point today, I'll be honest with you. It happens, but We needed that quality in the ball. And I can understand Aubameyang's frustration because people will talk about Arsenal not creating any chances, haven't scored in 100 hours or 800 hours or some silliness like this. But we have to also look at the fact that he's not getting any service. They are not getting any service at all. Look, Arteta. This is the difference. Obviously, you get managers that come in, you get a reaction from the players, you get a rallying around the players, and the players want to perform for the manager. They want to impress, and then it gets to that point where players get comfortable. Right now, the players have got comfortable. The players are not playing how they should. You could say it's down to tiredness. It's down to the international break. Some of them played, some of them haven't played. I don't know, but that is not good enough. And this is the test for Arteta. So, in a sense, not to say I'm glad that this has happened, but this is the real deal. This is what management is about. And Arteta needs to show himself. He needs to be more cutthroat. I would have taken off Willock ahead of Willian. I thought Willian, even though he wasn't the best, Willock was probably the worst player to take off first. Then I would have done Willian. But hey, what can you do? And Pepe sending himself off or getting sent off just kind of does it for me. I haven't given up with him, but it just does it for me in terms of you was complaining the whole international break. Oh, I don't get the chance to play. I don't get the chance to start. You got your chance to start, and what did you do? What did you do? And that's the thing. That's what I'm going to end with. So we come away with a point. To be honest, Leeds should have won the game. They should have won it, but we're fortunate enough to come away with a point. Well done to Leno. Even though I've spoken, not bad about him, but I've spoken a few things about him. You've done your thing, Leno. Well done. Thank you. The back four done well. Tierney as well. And we move. We just have to go on to the next game. We need to collect points. We need to get up that table because right now we're sitting at the bottom half of the table. We're at 11th. 13 points. Not good enough. When we're looking at Spurs at the top on 20 points, it's not good enough. So yeah, that is my thoughts of the game. Hope you lot enjoy. And yeah, I got a lot of stick. I know I've got a lot of stick to come this week and tonight, so I just got to take it on the chin. And this is the thing about being an Arsenal fan, man. The amount of stuff we have to take. But we move anyways, yeah? But yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you lot alright and enjoy your evening. Alright, peace.